to boldly go where no man has gone before.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Star Trek. This is episode 19. It's called Tomorrow is Yesterday. Tomorrow is yesterday. So I'm expecting some time shenanigans. From the title alone. Now we had time travel in one of the episodes. We accidentally discovered how to travel through time in that episode where we were trying to get away from that planet that was internally, it was getting smaller, breaking apart, the naked time. And it just occurred to me right this second that time is actually in that title. But it was very interesting to tag on some time travel to the end of that episode, because we didn't need that. We didn't need that extra add-on to get out of this situation. We didn't need to turn back time to escape from the planet. We just needed to get the warp engines up and running. Anyway, that's all to say that I'm expecting some sort of time travel. If not traveling through time, some sort of time event. What am I talking about? Some sort of time element, as Rod Serling would say. Last time, I meant to talk about last time. I was going to make a funny joke about Kirk fighting a lizard, but forget about all that. We had a hero in the last episode by the name of Kelowitz. And the reason that guy's a hero, not only is he the only person to survive the first part of the episode, remember where they got ambushed? But that's not the first time he appears in the show. Well, it's a good thing. The good thing about filming 3 episodes in advance is that sometimes you spot things that you wouldn't have normally spotted. Kelowitz was in the Galileo 7. He was one of the landing people who went down to find Spock and the rest of them, and they got ambushed in that episode too, and he just barely got away with his life. So that's 2 episodes he's been in the line of fire, and he survived. No wonder they beamed him down in Arena. He's one of their top tactical guys. He's the guy you call on to survive at any costs. He's survival man. Kelowitz. So that's another person to remember. I've forgotten what he looks like, but when I hear that name, I'm like, hey, it's Kelowitz. Nothing can get him. If he beams down with Kirk and Spock and McCoy, I'll be expecting one of those 3 to die. Not Kelowitz. Can't get Kelowitz. Is that the last we'll see of him? Maybe. Maybe he's getting promoted. He's got his own command now. But yeah, also Kirk fought a Gorn in the desert. Oh, he also threw a rock at him. Well, he rolled a rock down at him, very precisely. It was the Gorn that threw the frickin' boulder at him. And set up a nice little trap. Gorn's pretty smart, Right, into this one. Ugh. This is time travel. It's the 1960s. I wasn't expecting it to be so sudden.
A blip, sir. Just came on the screen.
A starship, sir.
Aircraft of some sort. Doesn't even read like anything I've ever seen.
Watch the scope, Webb.
Yeah, can we get someone out there?
Somebody up to get a closer look. I think we have a real UFO in our hands.
Is it going to be the Enterprise just floating up there? Oh. Did we accidentally go back in time? It looks like we're unsteady. It doesn't look like we're nicely floating through the sky. Maybe there's been a problem. Maybe we've been attacked. Maybe we're just drunk. Maybe Riley's taking control again. He's like, let's go back in time. I was in that episode. I know how to do it. Let's go back to Earth. And he's just... He installed a steering wheel in engineering. Like, yeah, this is fun. Also, friggin' watch out for paradoxes, people. Don't accidentally kill your own ancestor. Or be seen by anybody at any point. We've already failed at that. How do we get here? How do we get back? What's going on?
When a black star of high gravitational attraction
A black-
began to drag us toward it,
A black star.
it required all warp power in reverse to pull us away from the star. But like snapping a rubber band, the breakaway sent us plunging through space to stop here,
Okay,
wherever we are.
you're gonna be surprised. Can we look out a window?
General Hura,
Who's gonna be the first to...
contact Starfleet Control.
Good luck with that.
Mr. Scott overrode the automatic helm setting and is holding us in orbit on impulse power.
Orbit where?
Earth, Captain.
Oh, great. Perfect spots. Nothing to worry about then.
Captain, normal Starfleet channel has nothing on it but static. I'm getting something on another frequency, but it's not stuff.
Oh, she's gonna get
Put it
radio.
on audio.
This is the 5:30 news summary. The first manned moonshot is scheduled for Wednesday at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Man, moonshot. That was in the late 1960s.
Yeah.
Apparently, Captain. So are we. Whiplash propelled us into a time warp, Captain.
I'm getting ground-to-air transmission.
They're trying to intercept us. We can't let ourselves be seen by whoever this is.
I have him on my screen. Following. I'm going in closer.
Oh, this guy's gonna have his mind blown.
You should be close enough for visual contact.
What do you see? You're hallucinating, guy.
I can see it now. The UFO is climbing away fast.
Yep.
Or you are ordered to close on the UFO
You can't.
to force him to land.
Force him to land.
Acknowledged. Closing on target.
He's gonna fire his missiles at us.
Possibly armed with nuclear warheads. If
Nuclear.
he hits us with one, he might damage us severely.
Scotty, activate tractor beam.
This type of aircraft might be too fragile to take our tractor beam.
We could kill him. Can we beam him? Beam him up. Eject, dude.
Aircraft is breaking up, Captain.
Get him.
Transporter room. Try and beam that pilot aboard.
And then sedate him. Sedate him immediately. Welcome to... It's just a dream. It's just a dream.
Welcome aboard the Enterprise.
We're gonna have to swear this guy to secrecy.
You speak English.
That's right.
Yeah.
Captain John Christopher, United States Air Force. Serial number 4857932.
Relax, Captain. You're among friends.
What's going on here?
It's a long story.
What happened? You people, who are you?
All in good time, Captain.
Bridge to Captain Kirk.
Kirk here.
Well, wait till he sees Spock.
We have the pilot aboard. I'll be right up. Follow me.
You've never seen doors like this either. Have you ever seen a corridor like this? This is the walking corridor.
Good morning, Captain.
Morning, Captain.
The music.
A woman?
Crewman.
He's shocked by the woman, not by the doors or the
Bridge.
turbo lift or anything.
Our authority is the United Earth Space Probe Agency.
I never heard of that.
This is very difficult to explain.
Just say you're from the future. Done.
We're from your future.
Done.
It was an accident.
You seem to have a lot of them.
He's unimpressed.
I never have believed in little green men.
Oh,
Neither have I.
do up.
This is my first officer, Lieutenant Commander Spock.
He's not green.
Captain.
Feel free to look around, Captain. Don't touch anything, but I think you'll find it interesting.
Interesting is a word and a half for it, Captain.
Hey, this guy is the calmest person I've ever seen. Technically that's not true. I've seen a Twilight Zone recently that where someone displaced in time was acting with super calmness. Apart from his initial hesitation on the transporter and his shock at seeing a woman, he's just taking it in his stride. He's not even disbelieving, you know? He's just like, "Ooh, this is pretty interesting. Must be some Vulcan blood running through him, maybe."
We've achieved a stable orbit out of
Another
Earth's
one.
atmosphere.
Another one, dude.
We cannot return him to Earth, Captain.
Oh,
He already knows too much about
we have
it.
to take him with us to the future.
An unscrupulous man were to gain certain knowledge. Such a man could manipulate key industries and even nations. And if it is changed, Captain,
Yeah.
you and I might not even exist.
Your logic can be most annoying.
Yeah. He's right, though.
Computer on. Record.
Recording.
Oh. You ever hear a seductive recording before? You just heard one. I'm not quite sure what to make of this episode so far. It's not. It's funny. It's funny, but it's not funny. You know, it's funny for me, but it's pretty. It's been played pretty straight. You know, back in time, we've taken somebody. He could go missing. You know, people go missing all the time. His aircraft has been destroyed, so he'll be presumed killed in action. They won't find his body, but you know, a lot of bodies go missing. So that's neat. It doesn't stick out in historical record, so we could say that this is the timeline. This is the way it always happened. You know, there's nothing contradictory about it. Now, if they suddenly appeared above Times Square, and everybody's like, aliens, and it was all over the news, then maybe that will be harder to reconcile. But the solution to just take him with us to the future is a very neat one. The other alternative is to somehow erase his memory of what he's seen. The third option is more difficult. It's convincing him not to say anything. We'd have to trust him. Oh, there's a fourth option. Just kill him. Let's go back to the future, Spock. I killed him. I just killed him, you know. Seemed the quickest way. How are we going to get back to the future? Do we need to find one of those black stars? I was going to say, hey, let's just think of them as black holes, but no, let's just call them black stars, you know? We tried to super warp away from it because we were getting drawn into it, and that sent us hurtling back through time. So we're going to have to recreate what happened in reverse, maybe? We'll figure it out.
Come.
You got a uniform now.
Computed and recorded, dear.
What is that?
Scooter, you will not address me in that manner.
Oh, it's malfunctioning.
I ordered this computer and its interlinking systems repaired.
To correct the fault will require an overhaul of the entire computer system.
He's amused.
It also has an unfortunate tendency to giggle.
It giggles.
Take it that a lady computer is not routine.
Put it into Signet 14 for general repair and maintenance. As a planet dominated by women.
Ah,
They seem to feel the ship's computer system lacked the personality.
it was done deliberately.
Well, you people certainly have interesting problems. I'd love to stay around to see how your girlfriend works out.
About that.
We can't send you back.
Do you have a family? Children? Wife? Hopefully not.
You know what the future looks like. If anybody else finds out, they could change the course of it.
Well, then my disappearance would change something, too.
Maybe. It's possible.
I have run a computer check on all historical tapes. No record of any irrelevant contribution by John Christopher.
No relevance. But what about the butterfly effect?
It's my duty to report what I've seen.
Oh, well, no,
But
absolutely.
what would you do?
We can't send them back now.
I have a wife, 2 children.
No, no.
What about them?
Can we beam them up too?
I'm sorry. Kirk here. What is it, Scotty?
We should be able to re-energize in about 4 hours.
4
but,
hours.
But what, Scotty?
We've no place to go in this time.
There's no... Well, we go to Vulcan.
Maybe I can't go home, but neither can you.
Yep.
You're as much a prisoner in time as I am.
He's bang on. Correct.
Kirk here.
Have some new information regarding Captain Christopher.
Oh.
Important I see you both immediately.
What do you mean?
Yes, Mr. Spock.
What do you mean? Maybe he's not so relevant.
Captain Christopher.
Is he? Hello?
Security. This is the captain.
Where is he?
All decks alert. I want a man outside the transporter room immediately. I'm heading there myself.
He's going for a shuttlecraft, Kirk. Maybe he's just taking a walk. Look, see? He's in the walking corridor. Running corridor. Go, go, go. Yeah, I did the chop.
All right. Nice and easy.
Beam me down.
Now, I'm gonna step into that thing and you're gonna transport me back to Earth.
No. Nice try, though.
We're roughly about the same age, but in our society, he'd be useless.
But maybe he could be retrained, re-educated.
Could he be retrained to forget his family?
Retrained.
The answer to that is no.
You all right?
Yeah.
You said you had some additional information.
Yeah, tell us.
I made an error in my computations. This could be an historic occasion. That your son, Colonel Sean Jeffrey Christopher, will head the first successful Earth-Saturn probe.
Ooh.
Wait a minute, I don't have a son.
Yet.
You mean yet?
That's why we have to send him back.
Unless we return Captain Christopher to Earth, there will be no Colonel Sean Jeffrey Christopher.
Now, remember in the Galileo 7, I was saying that it was kind of a pity that we didn't have to make the choice about who to save and who to leave behind. Because it worked out that we were able to get enough. Well, 2 of them died, and we were able to get enough extra weight off the ship so that we could all fit. In this case, we've also taken away an interesting question. Should we take this man with a wife and child away from them because we can't trust him enough to leave him here? We've kind of taken away that question now because we need to send him back. Because his son is important, and his son hasn't been born yet. The second part of that is the important part. If his son had already been born, we could argue that maybe his son only grows up to become head of the Saturn project because he's in memory of his father, But if he hasn't been born yet, and his wife isn't pregnant yet, get him back there. So now maybe the question will be, can we, one, as I keep going back to, can we erase his memory? Or 2, can we convince him? I think this is a more interesting way to do it. Can we convince him to be quiet about what he's seen? To protect our future. And to go against his instincts of duty and, reporting what he's seen. That's where I think, that's where the episode has turned to now.
Oh boy.
Acknowledging that we must return Captain Christopher, there are several problems.
When I made visual contact, I turned on my wing cameras, and I got close enough to take some pretty clear pictures.
Oh, well, we gotta go and get them.
And ADC control was probably recording my radio transmissions.
Any ideas on how to get us back to our own time?
Same way we came, but opposite.
A reverse application of what happened to us.
We're going to have to go back and get those reports and photos.
You've got to burn all the evidence.
Well, I'd like to help. I could sketch a layout of the place for you.
That would be helpful. That's a cat, mister. That's a cat. He's a prankster. Hey, this looks like their ship, but redressed. I think it's just because of the angle of the corridor. Ever seen anything like this, Zulu? Don't touch anything. If you see a gun, don't fire it. They've got a trophy cabinet. Okay? Here. Oh, it's locked. Yeah, it's a handy little thing. I could use one of those. It's a gentle enough episode, isn't it? Ah, the tapes. Can we just use a magnet to you know what I'm saying?
How long have they been down there now? 15 minutes, 28 seconds. Prowling by stealth is more time-consuming than a direct approach.
Shouldn't you be working on your time warp calculations, Mr. Spock?
He is.
I am.
Oh, we're just taking him?
Hold it.
Oh, this...
Your hands up.
Now we've got another anomaly.
One at a time.
Zulu, get the gun.
Hand me those belts.
It's been too long. Jim should have at least signaled by now.
Yeah.
Open communicator channel.
Oh. Do you want
What
to...
was that? It's coming from one of these things.
Emergency signal.
One emergency signal, sir.
Beam him
Beam
up?
up immediately.
We need to... Oh, we need to do something about this guy. He's beaming up with a gun. Sedate him, Bones, before he turns around.
Kirk Enterprise.
He hasn't moved.
We have another problem.
Does he have any children? I think we could convince this guy he saw nothing. He's just having a crazy dream. Hey, the blue lighting is kind of cool, isn't it?
I want you to keep him in the transporter room. No sense letting him see any more of the ship than is necessary.
Our guest seems quite satisfied to remain where he is.
Just beam him back to his bedroom. Are we going somewhere else? Grab one of these trophies, Sulu. Oh, what's this? A butcher's? This is where they get the meat from the aliens. This is where all the projector reels go.
Try the dark room.
Oh, somebody's in the photo section. Get down there. Unauthorized.
That's all of them. Signal Mr. Spock that we're almost ready to beam up.
Get us out of here. Go, 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 go. Kirk versus 3 guys. Oh, he just jumped into them. Oh, no, 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 no. Use your Gorn knowledge. Oh, they got him. They got him now. Sulu? Did they get Sulu? Did they beam Sulu?
Your decision to beam up was quite correct, Mr. Sulu.
We've completed re-energizing the warp engine, sir.
Okay.
We can refire them any time.
We beam down, get the captain, or beam him up from wherever he is when they're not looking, and then deal with the other 2 problems.
I want to know how you got in here. Now, that's a simple question.
I popped in out of thin air.
They could torture him. What's this thing?
Colonel, would you mind being careful with that?
I'll have it disassembled and examined. We are not dummies, mister.
We can't let him have that. Don't look at it. Don't point it at yourself.
Is that what you're here for? Nothing at all?
That's what would have happened if you hadn't interfered.
I am going to lock you up for 200 years.
Well, that might help, actually.
That ought to be just about right.
He's probably being held in security section.
Can you give us the coordinates to beam down a landing party
Yeah, how do we
into
get
those
him?
interrogation rooms?
How do we get him?
Yes? But you're not going to get them unless you take me with you.
He's playing hardball.
Mr. Sulu, you and Captain Christopher will beam down with me.
Shall I issue phasers?
One for you, one for me. Set them on heavy stun force.
Heavy stun.
Yes, sir.
Set them on memory arrays, Sulu.
You don't trust me, Spock.
In fact, I do. But only to a certain point. Energize.
This guy. Can we take a pause in appreciation for this guy who hasn't said a damn thing since he came? He's just been looking as if he's waiting to wake up. Oh. When he first appeared, I was like, "Oh god, damn it! Somebody's intercepted it. Somebody's got them. Oh no!" But ever since then, he's been great.
They do that all the time?
Hey, he's speaking.
Are you hungry?
Uh-huh.
What would you like?
Maybe some chicken soup.
Okay. There you go. Just like Mama used to make it, right? Ah, the trophies.
Just a minute, sir. Hold it.
Ah, chop. Who needs a Vulcan neck pinch when you can just do that? Well, yeah, we got one anyway. Single punch! If only that had worked in the first fight.
Mr. Sulu, did you have a chance to check out those tapes?
Oh, he's got a he got a gun. What's he gonna do?
Mr. Sulu, signal the transporter chief. 4 to beam up.
3 to beam up. I'll stay.
Not me.
You know what's at stake.
You bet I do. A son that isn't born yet.
Yeah.
You don't have to return me now, Captain.
Oh, Spock.
Spock, come out of there. I told you it's my duty to report everything I've seen.
Where's Spock? He's behind him.
I suspected he might not wish to return with us.
How did you go up through the vents?
4 to beam up, Mr. Sulu.
Maybe you just beamed from place to place.
Mr. Scott and I both agree that the only possible solution is a slingshot effect. That if we fly toward the sun, seek out its magnetic attraction, the whiplash will propel us into another time warp.
Makes sense.
How do you propose to return the sergeant and me?
I have a question about the sergeant. Specifically, we know what we have to do with Christopher, but what about the sergeant? Don't we have exactly the same... Shouldn't we be having exactly the same conversation about him that we had about Christopher? You know, does he have is he relevant? Should we just keep him here? You know, all that. He's funny. I'd keep him around. Or send him back. I don't think it matters. Either way. You know, give him some chicken soup on it to go on his way.
We'll actually go back beyond yesterday.
Oh.
Beyond the point when we first appeared in the sky.
Oh, okay. This solves things.
And we'll transport you back at a point before any of this happened.
If I can't stop us soon enough, we may overshoot our time.
We could go to the far future. The year 3000.
Well, gentlemen, we all have to take a chance, especially if one is all you have. Assume your stations.
Here we go. Beautiful, isn't it?
Never thought I'd make it into space.
Take a good look around, Captain. You made it here ahead of all of them.
Yeah. There's the sun.
And Captain, notice the chronometers. They've started backward. Minute by minute, the speed of time passage will now increase.
Get your gear, report to the transporter.
Oh yeah, get changed.
You only have about 15 years, so you better hurry. Now, Mr. Sulu.
Oh, nice effect. Are we good?
Broken free and heading back.
Gaining speed now, Captain. We're now at warp 4. Warp 7.
Oh.
8. Off the dial, sir.
Off the dial.
Chronometers moving forward again, Captain.
Bridge to transporter room. Captain Christopher.
Are we going to beam him into the plane?
Thanks for the look ahead.
Our pleasure, Captain. Good job.
He is going to remember everything, right?
Energize.
They beamed him into his own body.
I could have sworn there was some kind of ship, but nothing could have moved that fast.
Yeah, it's gone.
Mark it down as another UFO. Blue J4 returning to base.
Approaching second beaming, Captain.
Oh, this guy. Oh, I think I hear something in here. Ah, nobody. Meanwhile, in the future, have we...
Approaching our century, Captain.
Begin full braking power.
They may blow apart if I reverse.
What?
No choice, Mr. Scott.
We don't have any choice, yeah.
Aye, sir.
What year are we in, Sulu?
Captain.
Starfleet Control.
Starfleet Control.
Starfleet Control. Starfleet Control. Repeating message. The Enterprise is home. Kirk out.
What are you talking about, Enterprise? What do you mean by home? Have you been drinking again? My favorite guy. Just the way he just stood there. I was kind of hoping he'd just stay there for the whole time he was on board. That was Tomorrow Was Yesterday. Kind of a funny episode. An episode unlike the previous 18 in that we went back to contemporary Earth. for a little episode? Did we play a bit hard and fast with and loose? Hard, fast, loose? You know what I'm talking about. With time travel rules and how the ship was traveling through time and... more specifically, here's what I'll talk about. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. It's kind of a nitpick. It's not really a nitpick. It's just an observation that we were beaming these people, the two guys, back. I thought it was an interesting idea, actually, that we would go back in time a little bit and then before going forward again, so that we could beam them back before any of this ever happened. But for some reason in my brain that just meant, hey look, we're going to beam you back like a day before it happens. Lie low, stay low somewhere. You won't have to report anything because nothing has happened. Nothing will happen, you know? But I wasn't expecting them to beam into their like quantum leap, you know? They quantum leaped into their own bodies. And then, because of that, they had no memory of... I think canonically, at least I think this is what we're supposed to take from the episode, they don't remember anything that's happened. Their journey onto the ship or anything like that. Because when they... And I say that because when they beam back into their own bodies, they're acting as if they haven't just been on the Enterprise. Like, Captain Christopher is like, I thought I saw something. You know, he seems genuinely confused and not just saying a line. And the other guy is like, is there somebody in that room? He's not going, oh, I'm back. So that's, they've lost their memories. And I think the reason, or at least the story reason, the script reason for it, is because we've gone back in time and beamed you into your own back in time bodies. You'd only have memories up until that point. Which, for the story, is fine. Viewing it nowadays with a modern, having seen so many time travel things over the years, I feel a bit, not cheated, but I feel like it's a solution that takes away the complicated dilemma of the episode. Can we trust him not to say anything? Are we going to cause any ripples in time? We've just said, no, this solution will just fix it. They'll have no memories of anything. Hey, wasn't I saying all episode long? Can the doc conjure something up to get them to forget the last 24 hours or something? So my solution is sort of the solution they used, except they did it in a different way. But yeah, the Captain Christopher was a complicated character because he was very cool about seeing a glimpse of the future for most of the episode, but he was also kind of antagonistic. He was also sort of very open about, no, once I go back, I'm going to tell everybody what I've seen. It's my duty. As an officer, I've got to do it. You can't stop me. You know? That's an interesting attitude to have. Openly. And even when he's part of the rescue mission to get Kirk, he takes that gun and he's like, well, this is where I get off. I'm going to report all of this. You know? So it's an interesting character he has. It's not quite what I would have expected from an episode. One, I would have expected him to be more shocked at little things. There's so many funny moments in this. The guy standing on the transport room. The funniest part. Two, and the second funniest thing is Captain Christopher being shocked by seeing a woman aboard the ship. Multiple women, in fact. He's just he doesn't care about the technology. He doesn't care about anything crazy that he's seeing. But women... he's just stunned by it. And the third thing is the computer, the female computer voices, with their lilting and seductive tones that apparently got fitted with female. I don't know if it was a malfunction due to the Black Star time travel, or it was just designed that way because they got retrofitted on some planet, this female planet, who decided that their computers needed a bit more personality. Yeah, but going back to Captain Christopher, I expected him to be more surprised and shocked and wondrous about everything he was seeing, and disbelieving originally, you know? Start off disbelieving, then go, holy shit, look at all this stuff, this is cool. But then, the third thing, once he found out about he was going to have a son, his son was going to be someone super important, and that in order for the timeline to be maintained, his son will have to do all this. Therefore, don't mess with the timeline. I thought his character would go, like, you know what? You've shown me some wonderful things. My son's going to be super important. I will keep your secret. You know? I have an honor. My duty isn't just to my country right now, it's to humanity as a whole for all of time. So I will keep the secret in order to maintain the timeline. And as a bonus, he gets a cool, highly successful son from it too. What about my daughters? Because we know he has a wife and children, so they must be daughters. Do they become important, Spock? The fourth funniest thing is Spock telling him that his life is basically meaningless. If we take him, doesn't matter. He's contributed nothing to humanity. Butterfly effect, Spock. Look it up. And we had some sneaking around, which is kind of cool. Kirk versus 3 guys. He could have taken them. He'd been building up strength fighting the Gorn, you know? He should have fashioned a bazooka out of 1960s materials. Got him. Sulu getting revenge for being abandoned on that planet of ever-decreasing temperatures left the captain stranded. He just beamed up, get me out of here. No, just me. So yeah, overall not too much to say about it. It was a cool little novel episode that raised some interesting questions and then solved them without too much ambiguity. We didn't have to rely on anybody. We didn't have to convince anybody. We just had to come up with a solution and implement the solution. We barely even talked to the other guy. You know? We were just, we've come up with a solution for Captain Christopher. We're going to apply the same one to you. Just stand in the transporter. We'll take care of it. You got a nice meal. You know? You got a nice meal. Oh, and I will say, I have seen the movies, so Star Trek IV: The Voyage Home utilizes a similar method of time travel. How and why that all works, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The next episode is called Court Martial. We've already had a court martial, or at least a trial for Spock. Kirk has already been on trial in the Square of Gothos. Someone disobeys a direct order from Kirk. Kirk disobeys a direct order from the Galactic High Commissioner. He's like, Kirk went at space normal speed, and because of him, we lost a few thousand people in that plague, because the supplies got there a few hours too late. Right? I'll be back next time. No notable extras in this one. I don't think. There was that one guy in the transporter room. He was the only one of note, I think. And a lot of time turbulence, which I like. And Scotty, as usual, is just getting on with it, just fixing the problem. I'll be back for court martial next week. I'll see you then.